Do you know what? I think I might be a little addicted to Instagram. Like, you've got all the memes on there, you've got all the funny things on there, you've got all the cat pictures on there. Everyone just seems to be scrolling up and 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 up forever and ever and ever. In fact, Instagram still seems to be one of the places where you can get attention fairly cheaply. So why, as podcasters, are we all a little bit lazy? And I am including myself in this. Why are we all a little bit lazy when it comes to Instagram? I'm going to talk about that, and in particular, just kind of dig into one quick tip that I've been thinking about. And I truly mean thinking about, because I've not done anything about implementing it. Like, well, some kind of podcast mentor I am. It's like, do as I say, not as I do. But I am going to do this. I'm just revamping some of the marketing for the Accelerator. So I just wanted to get this down and give you this tip. So we'll dig into that here on the show today. I'm, of course, Mark Asquith. I am the CEO and the co-founder of Rebel Base Media, where today we actually introduce 5 new team members to the world. Our Rebel Base Media team has grown. We've got Sam and Allegra working on the customer experience side of things for the whole group, working across each and every product that we produce. We've got Ethan Sumner, who is our wonderful intern, working on an engineering capacity as an intern on the Captivate product. We've got Mr. Pierre Finnemore joining the team as well on the Captivate product, working alongside Kieran as one of our lead engineers, and my main man, Mr. Edward Townend, one of my oldest and closest working friends. I've been working with him for such a long time now. He's a very, very close friend, wonderful engineer and great at what he does. He is the project and the product lead on the productivity product. So welcome to all the team members. Thank you to you out there for supporting the Rebel Base Media team. Welcome to everyone. And of course, before we dive in, a quick shout out to the team at AWeber, markasquith.com/AWeber. You need to be building your engagement as a podcaster. You have to own your own data. You can't just build a huge group on Facebook and then expect that to be the way that you create money and revenue through your show. So please start to own your data. An email list is the way to do that, all right? And AWeber are my choice because, honestly, they help people like you and me who are a little bit busy. You know, we really don't want to dig into too much detail. We don't want to get our hands too dirty when it comes to email marketing. They're primed for that, all right? So go and check out AWeber at markasquith.com/AWeber. So Instagram is the platform of choice for many of your listeners. So why are we all, me included, a little lazy on the platform as podcasters? Well, it's something that I've been pondering, and I've been thinking about a few things. Like, I mean, you know, I get content and I get repurposing and I get that whole, you know, take one piece of content and put it out across various mediums and kind of, you know, one big impact for as little effort as possible. But I don't know. I feel like that is just difficult for podcasters when it comes to places like Instagram, because what tends to happen is that you'll do an episode on your show, and you'll maybe take a snippet, you know, and you'll maybe take a 1-minute audio piece for the Instagram, you know, main feed, and you'll do some captions over it and so on and so forth. And I just think, like, it's just not that contextual. I almost don't get the point. It's like Blinkist. You know the app Blinkist, the reading app? Like, if you're going to give me all the good stuff from the book, I'm not going to read the book. Like, why would you watch a film that has all the good bits in the trailer? You just watch the abbreviated version. You know, it's like reading Think and Grow Rich, the abbreviated version, or reading it on Blinkist where it's just the salient points and the key takeaways, which is what we seem to do as podcasters on Instagram. We'll take the thing that we've recorded and we'll just take what we think is a really good bit of it, stick some comments over the top of it, we'll stick some transcription over the top of it and some captions, and then we'll stick it on our Instagram feed and just pat ourselves on the back. But I don't know. For me, and you know, I'm not necessarily slating that approach. For me, it doesn't really fit. I get it's repurposing, but it just feels a bit lazy. It really does. It's like, why would I bother listening to your show? Because the point of Instagram, the point of any social media channel for a podcaster is to pull people through eventually to your show. Now, you might not get them from day one. You might not get them from touch point one where they see something on Instagram and they think, oh, I'm going to go and subscribe. Like, I'm not naive enough to think that's what they would do. It might take 5, 6, 10, 20, 30 times of seeing something of yours on Instagram for them to think, do you know what? I'm going to give that a whirl. And I just think we can probably do a little bit better. So hear me out on this one, right? I'm recording this show now. I'm recording into my Rodecaster. You can tell because, look, I can just bring the music back in and I've got like everything's to hand. It's there, all right? Everything's to hand. It's brilliant. Works really, really well. Now, you might not have the Rodecaster. You might be recording into Audition. You might be recording into something else. But either way, you've got all your assets like I've got there. You've got your music. You've got your bits of stuff knocking around. And it kind of got me thinking about why don't we do a little bit better with Instagram in particular? Why don't we, when we're recording, Instagram video, you know, the main feed video, what are they? Like a minute? You can only put a minute on that? Why don't we record something special for it? Why don't we actually say something specific? Why don't we script something that's only a minute long? I mean, writing something that's a minute long doesn't take that much effort. And why don't we just record something specific, almost like a trailer? You know how much I love trailers in podcasting. Record a trailer per episode, but, you know, kind of tease it. You know, it's almost, you know, the old film voiceovers, the old trailers where it's like, in a town, on a street, in a house, one woman. You know what I mean? Like that's a very extreme example, but it was intended to make you think, what the heck is this? What is this? I need to go and look at it. I'm going to go check out and, you know, look into a little bit more what this is. Why are we giving the good content away when what we're trying to do is move people into our feed? If we're trying to monetize our shows, we want people to download our episodes, don't we? Not just get the salient bits from our Instagram feed. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, you know, I cut it off before the good bit, or I cut it off before the salient point. That's not going to really get me jumping from Instagram to your show, because I know what you're doing. Like, I'm not an idiot as an Instagram consumer. I'm going to be thinking to myself, oh, wait a second. All right, okay. Yeah, I get it. They've cut this little snippet out of the episode and they're giving us a little bit of teaser, but we know they're not going to give us the answer. They're going to want us to subscribe. And it just feels like it doesn't feel like it fits the medium. Why don't we just record something specific for Instagram and say, hey, look, welcome to Instagram followers. On today's episode, I'm going to give you one quick and dirty tip about how you can use Instagram better for your podcast. Now, it's not for everyone, and I know that some people are already really happy with their Instagram engagement, but hey, here's the deal. It's always great to try something new. So go and check it out in the podcast app of choice, or hit my story right now to listen in Spotify. I'll give you exactly what I think about this. You know what I mean? That's just off the top of my head. Imagine scripting something like that would be all right. Why don't we just start to do things like that for Instagram? And, you know, this is almost me thinking out loud and just recording it, if I'm honest with you. But it just, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I love repurposing content and I get it, but I just feel like, you know, you need a specific channel strategy for every channel. Like Twitter is not going to benefit from the same strategy as Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook. So I just feel like you've got to consider something else for these platforms, all right? And I feel like Instagram in particular, we can probably do a little bit more with, because we've got that autoplay functionality on the videos and we've got the ability to get into someone's eyeballs pretty quickly. So I just feel like it might be worth a look, all right? I'm going to try and play with it. I don't know when, but I'm going to try and tinker with it and see what the situation is, see what it does for engagement, you know, try and think through a slightly different channel strategy for Instagram. So let me know what you think. You know, like I said, this is me just positing some theories and just throwing some ideas out, almost kind of riffing on this one at this point. So let me know what you think. Hit me up on Twitter. That's where we can discuss things, at Mr. Asquith. Just let me know what you think of this and whether you implement it, whether you don't implement it, why you don't, why I'm talking absolute rubbish. Let me know, all right? Let me know on that one. Thanks for joining me. Do check out Captivate.fm. Our wondrous podcast hosting, analytics and marketing platform. There's only more and more good stuff coming on that platform, so please do check it out. We released our full transparency mode last week, which was a world first in podcast privacy, so please go and check that out. Captivate.fm for 7 days free. And until the next time, thank you for joining me, and never forget, the more you expect from yourself, the more you will excel.